Good morning, good evening, my lovely little dolls. I wasn't joking when I said we're continuing Monstra City Bakery. This game has been incredibly fun to play, and it's getting even better. Who knew you could die? This is one of the few games you would think, huh? Maybe you shouldn't be able to die in this game. Nope, they proved us wrong. Anyway, question of the day. What is your favorite pastry? Thought it would be appropriate to finally ask the pastry question. And this is where we are. A brand new day. I still can't get over the clock. I still hate how they did the back. Why are there spoons floating? Also, you would not have a wedding cake. Even if it's just a foam. Like a foam display. It's like, why would you have it all the way up? Especially in a corner. Do you know how dusty that would get? And oh my. Give me a second. Have you guys disappeared? Okay, there we go. Haha, I can see you now. Ha 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 ha. Anyway. A brand new day. It's been over a week now. Since, in-game, it's been a week. Since we moved to Monstra City. You're kind of digging running a bakery, honestly. I'm gonna up the volume just a little bit. Everybody's happy when they come in to see you. Nobody's sad to be buying donuts. You get to make people smile. You get to hand excited little kids and sweet old lady delicious baked goods. Honestly, it's pretty awesome. And you're making good money. If you can keep it up, you can definitely at least keep up with your student loans. If not, pay them off a little faster. Because we are a broke college student, or university student. You're whistling quietly to yourself and wiping powdered sugar off the countertop when the phone rings. Oh no. You dust your hands off on your apron before answering. Monstra City Bakery, how can I help you? I need a dozen cake pops delivered to the woods. The woods? Once bitten, twice shy. Back to the bog we go, my friends. Still can't get over the fact that we've already died. As opposed to the deep woods or the very deep woods? Yes, exactly. That's where I live, dearie. The voice sounds sweet and cheerful, unlike the last time you had a call like this. How cute, though. A nice little lady living in the forest, in a cute little cottage or something, you imagine. No, goodness no. Like Hansel and Gretel, but with less cannibalism. Where in the woods? Oh, just walk in. I'll find you. Because you know that isn't ominous at all. That should be threatening, but the bouncy way in which she says it puts you at ease. Oh, we are going to die or get kidnapped. And that's 12 cake pops, you said? My, yes. 4 chocolate, 4 yellow, and 4 carrot, please. Can do. And when do you need these by? Can you bring them by tomorrow at 2 or so? I'll be free then. Absolutely. And what name do I put on the order? Malkeith, dearie. Malkeith. Dearie. She really is an old little old lady. Malkeith. Right. You scribble the name down. Well, I'll see you tomorrow then, ma'am. Yes, I look forward to it. She hangs up. You smile. What a nice lady. We are going to be duped. That is not a nice old lady, is it? I've played too many games before. Oh no! Oh boy. Okay. Let's try not to hiccup on the mic. You've got the cake pops together and are just about to head out for the delivery. Sirla, can you watch the counter for an hour? Of course. Where are you going? Delivery. I'll be right back. Have fun. Sirla, you are an angel. You head to the park and into the woods. It's kind of dark in here, even in the day. You can't help but be a little cautious. Anything could happen here. Malkeith, you call tentatively into the brush. There's no response. In fact, everything falls eerily quiet. Oh yeah, let's just say it louder, shall we? We are going to get murder in the woods. Either that or we've all of a sudden become the baker from Into the Woods. You brace yourself and speak again. Malkeith? There's another moment of silence. And then, before you have a moment to think, oh my goodness! Ah! The spider's manuals grind together for a split second before it speaks, voice grating and low. Have you brought the cake pops? Oh my goodness, this is getting even better. Yes, I do have the cake pops. Your voice shakes as you shout. No need to yell. The spider coughs violently for a second, clearing his throat before it speaks again, in a very different voice. I'm so sorry, I'm getting over a terrible cold. That voice. That's... Malkeith? You are Malkeith? Why, of course. She seems to smile somehow. Oh my goodness. We can woo the spider. Ah, this is getting even better. Ah. It's so good to meet you. I've heard a lot about you, Kamari. Really? Your heart is still pounding. Of course. You're quite the name around town, don't you know? I am. Are you alright? You seem nervous, dear. I'm fine. Just a little surprised. You kinda came out of nowhere. I'm sorry. I'm just so used to swooping on down from the trees, I should have made some noise beforehand. Yeah, because that would have helped a ton. Noise from above, and then a humongous spider. It's fine, I mean, now I know what to look for, right? I suppose you're right, but I'll try not to leap over you again without warning. Muscle memory is a compelling thing. Anyway, yes, the cake pops? Right, you picked the box up from the ground where you dropped it. It's an awful small box. Are you sure these are going to be big enough? She's the size of a barn. These cake pops aren't even going to be like petit fours for her. They'll be like minuscule crumbs. Big enough? She seems puzzled for a second. Oh, they're not for me. They're for some clients of mine. Clients? Yes, I'm a wedding planner, dearie, as well as an officiant in mobile wedding pavilion. Oh my goodness, this is getting even better. I love her fur so much, and over here it looks like she has more eyelashes. I love how they did her so much. I was curious when you saw her on the banner, but this is even better. First of all, gonna turn down the volume just a little bit more. My goodness, this is getting louder. That's so cute. That's really cute. You're the pavilion? Sure am. I string lights around my legs and everything. My clients love it. Anyway, my clients are trying out your cake pops to decide which one they'll want at their wedding. You hold out the box. She reaches out with two massive furry pedipalps, and takes the box. It's laughably tiny compared to her. Thank you for this. No problem, it's my job. Still, thank you, I'm so glad you make deliveries. She trails off. You're still a little weirded out. You stay quiet. Oh, what am I here talking for? You need to get back to work. My clients will be here any moment. Ta-da! Kamari. Before you can say goodbye, she's out of sight. You don't even hear her as she disappears. How can such a giant creature make such little noise? She's cute. That was unbearably sweet. Another day, another delivery. I hope we get to see our Russian snowman. Our Russian Yeti. There we go. Another day, another delivery. Which one will you be personally making today? Oh. Rachel, Samuel, Aggie, Reyes, Catherine, Noon, Ma'am, Meham, Norm. You take a look at the order sheet. Malkith wants to meet up with you for the wedding cake consultation. The sheet says address Woods, turn right at Fork. Right. You know roughly where she lives. It's fine. The consultation has been scheduled for the slow period right after lunch, so you'll be able to put Sirla in charge while you meet with your client. Malkith. The giant spider. And if that isn't intimidating enough, she wants a wedding cake. You've never made a frickin' wedding cake before. You're barely equipped to make a birthday quake. A quake. Sirla! Yes, what is it? I'm up to my wings in icing. I don't know anything about wedding cakes. You had better take this one. You thrust the order sheet at Sirla. I'll take the register. You go, and no. You do this one yourself. What? How else are you going to learn? I don't know what to do. I'll help you a bit, but you're going to bake this cake on your own. Your insides wither as she flits off. Oof. Well, at least today is just a consultation, so you're fine? At least that's what you're telling yourself. You don't need to make anything special today. That's a problem for future Kamari. Just show up and talk it over. With the giant spider. You decide to start your walk there a little over half an hour before the appointment. You need the time to psych yourself up for a bit. Sure, she's a spider the size of a barn, but she's just another customer. Just another very big, very leggy customer. You've got nothing to worry about. There's a nice, well-trotted path through the woods. You don't have to go off path at all, thank goodness. You turn right at the fork. The path leads to a large clearing, huge trees knitted together gently overhead. Your client isn't here. That's weird. Look at the little photos. Malkith? You call out for her and look nervously up the trees. Malkith, are you here? No answer. You walk to the edge of the clearing, looking around carefully. Where could she be? You're definitely in the right place. She totally lives here. The decorations to prove it, including a trunk the size of a minivan, probably filled with her possessions. There's also ribbons tied to the tree in a place on the ground that's clearly been tamped down. A huge blanket sits folded near the trunk. An enormous blanket. A blanket the size of a circus tent. You skirt around the trunk, looking deeper into the woods, where darkness seems to creep towards the clearing. Malkith, it's me, from the bakery. You step forward again, closer into the darkness, and your foot catches on something. Ouch. You manage to catch yourself right before you trip. When you look down, you can't immediately see what it is you've tripped on. You kneel to investigate. Whatever it is, it's mostly buried in the ground. You tug on it, but it doesn't come free. Maybe it's caught on a root? It looks like a metal ring. Or a large one? Like a barrel hoop? It's sturdy. Oh no, another divorcee? But it's not tarnished. Could that thing be gold? It's enormous. You brush away some of the dirt and weeds growing over it. There's an inscription, but you can only read part of it. Oh, September 8, 1754. September? Kamari, are you there? Malkeith, you hear her calling from a distance. I'm almost there. I don't want to surprise you again. You straighten up quickly when you hear her voice flittering through the woods. You brush the dirt off your hands. Ah, we just found her old wedding band. Either she's divorced or widowed. You're suddenly embarrassed, like you've been caught poking through her things. Malkeith, hey! She picks her way silently through the undergrowth and into the clearing before curling her legs under herself and bringing her eyes down to your level. She is just as huge and intimidating as the last time you saw her, but sunlight glints off of her soft-looking gray fur, bringing out a distinctly rosy tone underneath. I love the fact that she has a slight rose underneath, like rose, like gray with rose mixed in, is such a beautiful color. Especially if it's shiny. You prefer the pastry over fillings? Okay, but like what type of pastry is your favorite? Because like, I will always love croissants, but stuffed croissants are even better. Of course, turnovers are also really, really good. She's a bit big to be cute, but I get it. Okay. See, luckily with this, I can take away the text whenever I want, so if you guys give me a second. Yep. I think she's pretty cute, to be honest. She is gray with rose undertones, so it's like, what's not to love? Her eyes are massive and as glassy as amber, almost lit from within. They're beautiful, really. Her two front pedipalps curl up as she tilts her head. Oh my goodness, you recognize this as one of her smiles. This is even cuter. Look at that. I love it when artists make spiders like this. So this is the only reason I like spiders. Love puff pastries on its own or with dusting of cinnamon sugar. Oh, that sounds amazing. If I was actually good at making pastries. Actually, no. I used to be good. If I actually spent the time on refining my skills, I would probably love to make those again. Hello, dearie. I'm terribly sorry I was late. I was hunting, you see. Oh, it's not a problem. I think I'm a little early, actually. No matters, small one. You want me to make you a wedding cake? Something tells you that you shouldn't ask about the gold ring. Either she's a widow or a divorcee, and I kind of feel bad about her, because who would divorce such a sweet woman? Whatever it was, buried for a reason, right? You give a little bit of a nervous smile. So, what kind of cake do you need? Something simple, but of course, the simplest things can go the most wrong. She laughs, and it sounds like a bell ringing. You don't laugh. You know she's right. And it's scary. 3 tiers, chocolate sponge and raspberry filling. White fondant, very smooth, flowers on top. I could have sworn I've helped make a cake like this before. Sounds like an order I've had to help on making. Oh, but white fondant. White fondant with chocolate sponge and raspberry filling. White fondant, I think, is one of the worst of the colors to work with, because it doesn't take much to accidentally get something in it and then it ruins it. So it's like one of the worst. But chocolate sponge and raspberry filling. Oh, that does sound good. But flowers on top? Is that fondant flowers? Because if it's fondant flowers, it's like so painful. The wedding colors are... oh, hydrangeas. Hydrangeas. That's it. Do you have examples of what you'd like, just so I can see? Oh. Okay, those that's a lot of little flower, oh, goodness. So I'm just reminiscing over the pain of making fondant flowers for several hours for cakes. So many small details. So many things could go wrong. Flower petals breaking. Yes, let me show you the pictures my client sent. With shocking dexterity, Malkith pops open the storage trunk. You see, there are small compared to the rest of her, claws on the ends of her legs. Her paws? You're just proud that you know the word pedipalps. Palps. You can't be expected to know everything about spider anatomy. I'm getting better with words today, don't worry. You feel like they're probably paws. She used the claws of one paw to lift a large tablet out of the trunk, and uses another claw to turn it on. There's also knitting supplies in there. Human-sized knitting supplies. Did she knit that blanket? Because if she did, that is a fantastic blanket and a lot of yarn. She closes the trunk again. Here. She effortlessly swipes through menus on the touchscreen. The tablet is large by human standards, but it's still a human-sized large tablet. She must have incredible eyesight and incredible control with her digits. I hope her fur doesn't get stuck in the pastry. Yeah, when we give it to her, I hope fur doesn't get on the cake, but if we're making it, that can go so much wrong. She brings up a collage of photos. As you can see, nothing too complicated, my dear. Nothing out of the ordinary. The cakes in the photos are all beautiful exercised in simplicity. You gulp. She pauses, lower her face to yours, and speaks slowly. You're nervous. Yep. Yeah, a little bit. Have you ever made a wedding cake before, Kamari? Oh god. Oh, truth. You know, we're gonna go with the truth. You sigh. No, I haven't made a wedding cake before. Malkith smiles again. You will do just fine. Why, making cakes is in your blood. Your aunt is a creative genius with a kitchen. I wish Aunt Em and I were related by blood. You groan. She was adopted. No matter. You will surely make a beautiful cake. She rests her chin on her pedipalps. And if you do not, then Sirla will help, will she not? Yeah, she will. She wouldn't let me mess up too bad. You pause. I don't think. She would indeed let you mess up badly. She would indeed let you mess up badly? Would she? Certainly, for the best way to learn is from mistakes. The only way to get better is through practice. I'm so sorry for the coughing spree. That came out of nowhere. You're right. You have to do difficult things to get better. Sucking at some things to start to becoming a little good at something else. You're right. You have to do the difficult things to get better, whether you like it or not. Exactly. You can do it. Sirla will not let an inferior product leave the kitchen. It will take us 50 cake tries to get it right. She reaches out with a pedipalp, taps you square in the chest with one of her claws. Nor will you. Your insides glow. What a pep talk. The fact that she has such earnest faith in you is actually really encouraging. She is one of the most precious beings we have met. How can she have such confidence in a total stranger? I'm sorry, Andy, you're being replaced. She is my new favorite. She's probably like this with everyone, but still. Okay. You nod decisively. Okay. How hard can it be? Very difficult. I'm sorry, Kamari, but you are delusional. Making a wedding cake, especially on your first try, will take you a few tries. That's the spirit. She nudged your shoulder encouragingly with a knuckle of one claw. Now, the wedding is in a week and a half. It's an evening ceremony. Can I hire you to stay and help with the serving, the cake, and other desserts? Sure, I haven't been to a wedding in a long time, so you're the officiant and the planner? She puffs up a little, clearly prideful in her work. Indeed, I'm a one-stop shop. That's awesome. How long have you been doing this? She waves one bit of help. I don't know anymore. A very long time? Long enough that I don't have to advertise. People just come to me to be married. She settled back down, curling her massive legs back up. How long have you been baking? Here, sit. She picks up her huge blanket and sets it down in front of her huge face. You sit on it with your legs curled up in pretzel style. You sink into the blanket, almost like a beanbag chair. It's so huge and fluffy. No, only since I've come to Monstra City. Oh? Yeah, I think when we met, I mentioned that I'd taken over the bakery. Yes, because your aunt wanted to travel. Huh? Do you know where she went? She told me she wanted to go to Bali, or perhaps Rome. Great, so I've heard the Arctic, the Antarctic, Bali, or Rome. And of course, she left no forwarding address. A most curious situation. I'm sure you'll hear from her soon enough. I hope we do. How are you finding the city? Friendly? It's a swift subject change. You shrug it off. Ha, interesting. You know something. Interesting. I sense a red flag. Or just a string. It's really friendly. I was expecting to feel scared and alone, being the only human here. What do you feel instead? In general, or right now? Let's start with general. I feel oddly welcomed. In general, I feel welcomed. I feel welcomed and safe. And how do you feel right now? You look up into her wide, shiny eyes framed by soft, fuzzy lashes. It's alright, I know that humans especially are frightened by my size and species. She speaks nervously. I feel happy. I feel happy and confidence because you believe I can do this job. I don't feel frightened at all. She's so cute. I bet she could beat Shelob. I am glad. She seems to blush somehow. I'm afraid I've taken up a good deal of your time. Might I help you back to the bakery? Oh, it's not dark yet. I can get there on my own. I don't need... No, not to chaperone you. To transport you. Let me show you. She holds out her pedipals. Here, climb up. We're using her as a bus. Great. Oh, this is getting even better. Are you sure? She wants you to climb onto her. It's nothing, small one. Please allow me to take you home. It will be good to have the exercise. Well, okay. When you put it like that. You stand up and carefully stand onto her pedipalps. And then you squeak as she effortlessly sweeps you up into the air like you weigh nothing. She places you on her back, right where her head meets her body. It's a huge area, and you nestle down into her fur. This is so cool. Hold tight. You thread your hands into her soft fur as she carefully gets to her feet and lops her way easily through the trees. She's so fast, but she's so smooth, like you're riding in a car. It's an incredible view. She walks above cars, 4 legs on one side of the road, 4 on the other. Nobody bats an eyelash. Seeing Malkith around is totally normal. She bounds so easily over smaller buildings and shorter trees. It's almost like you're flying. Giddy excitement escapes you in peals of giggles. She hears you and laughs along, like you're something cute and silly. We've been adopted by a spider. Hold on tight. She hops over a freeway. Your stomach flip-flops as she sails through the air. She lands easily, cat-like, and you flump against her fur. I hope there's platonic options because she would be such a nice platonic relationship. Woohoo! Was that alright? Yeah! Doesn't take her long for her to cover an immense amount of ground, and within what seems like moments, she's extending a leg for you to shimmy down, and there you are, standing in front of the bakery. You're breathless, your legs are quaking. That was better than any roller coaster you've ever been on. That was amazing! I'm glad you had fun. Perhaps I can take you out running sometime. That wasn't a run? She giggles. I really must go meet my client's theory. Remember, a week and a half from today. I will of course call you the day of to remind you of the time and place. See you then. She holds out a leg, as if to shake hands with you. You reach out and grasp one of those little claws on the end of her paw. Well, that's a little. Your hand wraps around it, but just barely. You shake hands and she smiles before she turns and lops off, above cars and smaller buildings, and out of sight. That was so... Oh goodness. I love how this story plays out so much. And once again, I still can't get over the character designs. They're beautiful. The week passes in a blur. Business is booming. You haven't had much time to practice making cakes, especially because you've also spent the week getting your driver's license, and you had to buy clothes for the wedding. And now it's the night before the wedding. You and Sirla stare unmoving at your first stab at wedding cakery. Ta-da! Oh, the poor fondant. Oh, the fondant. Ah! This pains me so much. My friends used to torture me with their kitchen skills. Like, they would just sit there and tell me their stories. And it was like horror stories for me. This is a nightmare. Well. New plan. Ouch. How about you practice on a foam model of a cake? That's probably for the best. It could have been worse. You're right. I could have lit the bakery on fire. Nah, kiddo. This may be a disaster, but at least it tastes good. Now we have a snack to eat while you try decorating the foam, yesy? This was all part of the strategy. Right. So you and Sirla eat through the first attempt, which, well, turned out more like cake soup, while she coaches you on rolling and laying fondant over and over again. Almost the whole first attempt is gone, and it's nearing 2 in the morning by the time you've successfully decorated the foam model. Good. Sirla trills. Can I do it on the real cake now? Nope. Do it again. You groan, but obey. I didn't try on foam models, I did an actual cake. Talk about a nightmare. An interminable amount of time later, Sirla gives you a reprieve. The cake is finished. Oh, that turns out nice. Why is it shiny? It's perfect. You slump in relief, hands flat on the countertop. Finally! You whimper as you look at the clock. 5 in the morning. Open the bakery for the day. I guess it's time to open for the day. You plod towards the door to flip the sign to open. Your legs feel like lead, but Sirla interrupts you before you can get there. Oh. I'm not even gonna try. If you guys know how to pronounce this, good for you. I know it's a... no, go to sleep. You did well. Sleep? But you'll be here all alone. I've got the shop for today. You have the wedding later, so rest up. I'm used to this. You aren't. Besides, I'm a brownie. We only start feeling tired after 36. After hour 36. She herds you gently towards the stair with an invisible telekinetic push. Sleep now. Thank you, Sirla. Sleep well. She smiles. You should be proud. I am. Wedding cakes were always the worst ones to do. Wedding cakes and some birthday cakes. You feel alert and awake as you bring the cake to Malekith's clearing. Thank goodness you've got your license so you can use the delivery van. There's no way you could have taken a taxi. Oh my goodness, it's beautiful. There's no missing her as you enter the clearing. Oh my goodness. Hold up. Get out of the way. Look at that. Oh, that's so pretty. I love how she has this soft music. I like her own little soundtrack. You've never seen a spider and thought, oh, how beautiful. Not until today. Not until just now. But as you lay eyes on her now, beautiful is the only word that fits. She's draped in ribbons and pearls and chiffon, and twinkling fairy lights, decorated for the wedding. She's every part a stunning living pavilion. She's distracted, speaking to some other people before they scurry off to follow her instructions. Her big brown eyes turn to you. Kamari, you're here. You look beautiful. Me? You look beautiful. Oh my goodness, look at that. Oh! You swear you can see her blush. Do you want to see the cake? The cake? Oh, the cake! You carefully uncover it. Amalkith almost glows. I knew you could do it. It's beautiful. Aw, you think so? Yes, it's perfect. Thanks. Where does it go? The table near my left second paw. With the other desserts, please. You place the cake down. Is there anything else I can do? Actually, you can, if you like. I could use help affixing these last decorations to my back. One of her paws grabs some white ribbon. Can you climb on me and drape them? Yes, we can. Yeah, totally. You grab the ribbons. How do I, She scoops you up on her pedipalps and place you gently onto her back. It's less unnerving this time because you see it coming. It's maybe half an hour later. You've been helping out with last-minute touches. Guests have gathered. Everything is going as planned. Until the bride rushes towards Malekith, tears in her eyes. Oh my goodness, her beautiful dress. And look at that makeup. What a stunning bride. Malekith, do you know where Chiron is? No, I haven't seen him since you arrived here. I thought he was with you. Then he really is gone. Gone? The bride wails. He said he was going to get some air. He gets nervous around crowds. But it's almost time for the ceremony, and he hasn't come back. Maybe he changed his mind. Maybe he doesn't want to marry me after all. Oh, Malkuth. I'm sure that's not the case. A groom with cold feet. Oh no. You stay here, Minnie. Kamari, please come with me. You nod as she sweeps you up onto her back with one pedipalp. We will find him, Minnie. Don't worry. Malkuth takes off deeper into the woods. Malkuth, do you know where he is? Not yet, but I know he went this way. I have a good sense of smell. What do you think is going on? I don't know, Kamari. The two of you streak through the woods for what seems like a long while. But you can think any amount of time would feel like a long while when you're tracking a runaway groom. Oh my goodness, he's a centaur. And he has heterochromia. Oh goodness, my heart. This poor wedding couple. I'm invested in this wedding. Finally, you find him, curled in on himself and miserable. Karen? Go away. What's wrong? Me. I can't do this. You can't get married? I can't hold her down like this. What am I even doing? Karen, I assure you, she's too good for me anyway. I can't go back out there. Malkuth lays a claw gently against your temple. Sound fills your head. Kamari, he can't hear this. He has cold feet. He's changed his mind. I hate when this happens. I hate breaking the news to the bride. Wait a second. I think I might know what's going on here. You look over him carefully. He's sweating. His hands are shaking. He's breathing like he's just run a marathon. Are you nervous? Karen, are you nauseous? Yeah, how did you? That just about confirms it. Karen, do you get anxiety attacks? Sometimes. Do you think that's what... He starts hyperventilating. This is so embarrassing. Deep breaths. Karen hyperventilates. Good job breathing. A little slower. Karen takes a deep, shuddering breath and holds it. Okay, you gotta breathe out too. Nice. Just, keep doing that. It's okay. It's going to be okay. There's a lot of people out there. Is that the problem? Kyra nods. Okay, would it be easier if they were quieter? A pause. I think so. Malkuth, everything's going to be okay. Go back to Minnie and tell her we'll be right there. Can you have the crowd settled down in their seats and ready by the time we get back? I am going to walk the groom down the aisle. The bride will be waiting at the end. With how this is going? Malkuth nods, swiftly before taking off back through the trees. You turn back to Kyron. Okay, let's just chill here for a bit. You settle against a tree for a few minutes, reminding Kyron to keep breathing slowly. Reminding him that there's no rush, that everything will be okay. Finally, Kyron speaks. Thank you. It's not that I don't want to marry her. I do. I really do. I know. I've always been like this, with noises and people. Usually I can just go and get some space for a bit and I'm fine, but I guess with all the wedding planning and stress, I just couldn't get it together. She'll understand. You're right. She always does. That's part of why I'm marrying her. She's wonderful. Thank you so much for helping me. He has stars in his eyes. Ah! He's finally smiling. You breathe a sigh of relief. No problem, Kyron. I'm glad I could help. You ready, or do you need a few more minutes? I'm good. I feel a lot better now. Thank you. Okay, let's go. You and Kyron make your way back through the woods and towards the clearing. It's a beautiful wedding. The couple look at each other in the eyes and say their vows. Malkuth leads an incredible ceremony. It's like everything else melts away except for the couple. Malkuth is glowing the whole time. It's obvious that she loves what she does. As Malkuth presents the newly married couple, the applause from the guests is gentle. Not super loud, because Malkuth asked the guests to keep the volume low. And the bride and groom kiss before embracing each other tightly. Malkuth is smiling, her eyes so warm as she watches them. The reception begins, and soon enough you're slammed with serving cake. Eventually, what feels like hours later, things at the dessert table slow down. Guests are dancing and talking, and nobody is asking for cake. Some of the guests are even leaving, saying their goodbye to the bride and groom, and drifting home. So you make your way to the front of the pavilion. Well, the front of Malkuth, near her head. Ooh, what's a pretty girl like you doing here? Oh, she smiles and she seems to blush somehow, but she stays silent. Your eyes slide over to the dance floor, then back up to her. Ask her to dance. We're gonna ask her to dance. Hey, wanna dance? She hesitates for a second, then nods, before sweeping you up in her pedipalps, holding you against her cheek. You're liking the pace of this demo? I absolutely love the pace of this demo. This is, technically speaking, our third episode. If you put all the times together, it's been roughly around 3 hours. This demo has been 3 hours long. This is incredibly nice. And you get to have development with all of the characters so far. She's warm and fuzzy and soft, and she's cradling you in her paws. She's so incredibly gentle with something as small as you. How does she do it? Her dexterity is striking. She sways gently. You really are dancing with her. Somehow. Kamari, I can't thank you enough. Her voice sounds like a murmur. You can feel a light vibration, and you realize she's speaking just for you. Nobody else can hear her like this. I didn't understand what was happening with Kyron. Were it not for you, this couple would have never gotten married tonight. You rescued the whole wedding, their entire lives. You're very special, Kamari. Very wise for one so young. Her voice is achingly fond. So, thank you. You feel your cheeks heat up, and you resist the urge to bury your face in her fur to hide your blush. It was no big deal. It is to them. It is to me. She rocks you back and forth just a little. I hope you've had fun tonight, despite the stress. I did. Do you think Kyron and Minnie liked the cake? Yes, of course they did. It was beautiful. It was perfect. Well, I practiced all night. All night? You mumbled. It had to be perfect. Malkuth chitters softly. You stayed up all night so that it would be perfect for the couple? That's so kind of you, Kamari. I would do it for anyone. Because it is the truth. That's exactly what makes it so kind. Even still, thank you for the effort. I cannot bear to imagine what this evening would have been like without you. I'm really glad I was here. As am I, small one. You look over the dwindling crowd. A happy energy lingers in the air. Kyron and Minnie are still slow dancing out on the floor, gazing into each other's eyes and talking quietly. Today may not have been the start of their life together, but it sure is a wonderful milestone. I can see why you like this job so much, Malkith. I'll be sure to enlist your help again in the future, Kamari. The song ends. She carefully sets you down. It's getting late, dearie. You ought to head home and sleep. I did. I had a nap before I came here. A long nap. Even more reason to go home and sleep, so as not to confound your sleep schedule any further. She reaches down a pet of help and pats you gently on the head. Her touch is so light for a creature of her size. I'll hear no more of it. Good night, Kamari. Guess I can't argue with that. You're a little grateful for it. Your feet are getting tired. Good night, Malkith. You dream of soft fluff and whispers just for you. I love that sound so much because you know we've done something right. Well, kiddo, oh no, that's the end? Ah, that's the end of the demo? No. I've gone and broken the fourth wall. Oh, wow. Okay, for a 3-hour-long demo, this is impressive. You know, the good news with this is that there are other routes we can kind of take. Kinda. So we are definitely going to go back into the saves and choose different options because we can. Whatever. We weren't using that wall anyway. Well, thank you for visiting our little city. Everyone here is so happy to meet you, especially the ones you didn't get to spend much time with today. A streetwise punk, a bookish ghost, a single mom, a love-struck yeti. I am excited to actually do his roots, or to just get to know his character. It's gonna be so much fun. A reclusive loner, still curious to know who this is. And, well, whatever's in the bog. Oh yeah, so apparently you can die in this game. I keep forgetting that. We died the first time we played this. Seriously though, thank you. We're only here because of you, and we can't wait to get to know you better. Oh, that's so sweet. They actually put all of the Patreons. Ah! Okay. You guys should definitely check this out and play it yourselves. Oh, goodness. I love the character designs. I love how everyone is portrayed. Lovely little dolls. That's gonna be it today. Don't forget to tune in throughout the rest of the week for more content. I'm gonna see if I can find if these guys have any more games, because if they do, that's gonna be so cool. Anywho, for those of you who get to see this later, don't forget to like and subscribe, hit the bell in the corner, leave a comment down below. I wish to know what everyone thinks. Thank you guys again so much for watching. And until our next meeting, my lovely little dolls, bye-bye!